What's up guys, Charles here, and today I have another ranked gameplay for you guys. This is a 5-stack, actually it's a, hold on, it's actually a 2-stack gameplay, I believe. We are playing in mythic rank, basically. I'm still in legend, but my friend duo with me, Swagless with me is Tigreal, and I believe we matched up with a trio on our team as well, so it's probably going to be a 3-2 formation. But I'm back with some more Yu Zhong gameplay, and honestly, I think I mentioned it before, Yu Zhong is kinda in a tough spot right now. He's not in meta condition, but only if you play him right, you'll have some success with it. And then going against lane opponents like, you know, Pacquito is just terrible because Yu Zhong just can't do anything. You can see right here, I'm actually upping my second skill first. Like I said, even so, right, Pacquito can do so much. And this guy decides to come back, which is very interesting. I'm quite low, but the stack comes around. I do manage to stack on him. I get a first blood. This is basically what happens if he is cocky. Honestly, other than that, he could have just destroyed me easily. But yeah. Anyway, let's talk about team composition. We have one tank on our team, Tigreal. We have 2 fighters, myself, Yu Zhong as well as Mahjong. We have an assassin, Ling, as well as a marksman mage, Kimi. The enemy team has 1 tank, Johnson. They have a mage support. Actually, they have 2 mage supports, Kaja as well as Angela, and they have a fighter, Pacquito, as well as a late game scaling marksman, Irithel. So you can see the difference here is that we don't have a really late game conventional marksman. We have Kimi though, and Kimi is still very strong when you scale it to a mage. So earlier I already won Pacquito in lane, so you think, yeah, I probably should better win again, right? So I just wait for opportunity, stack my passive up, and you can see right here, this is just where everything is just weird, right? Let me put it this way. He is literally 1 level behind me. He was more than 300 gold less than me, and he still killed me. So this is a very big indication, right? Yu Zhong is already very balanced. They already nerfed him all the way down. It was so retarded, right? I got my combo in, got my damage in. All he had to do, he just put up the shield and he just won me out there. So this is, I'm not sure what Moonton is doing here, because honestly, Pacquito is just desperately in need of a nerf. Like, come on, this type of shit is just bullshit. Come on. Yu Zhong is supposed to be the king of scaling, not scaling, sorry, of actually, what is that word? I just don't think of it. You can see the amount of damage coming out. I don't have enough heal to sustain, and you can see Pacquito immediately just does so much damage in contrast to mine, which takes... Okay, let me just put it this way. My condition for stacking for damage is basically stacking 5 stacks so that I can get killed, can get passive stacks. The condition for Pacquito is to either basic attack or skill 4 times, and then he can cast any skill that he wants, anytime he wants. And that shield itself heals so much from, protects so much damage out there. And you can see Ling, you know, when people try to go after Pacquito, I try to give Ling the kill here, so I let him get it. But otherwise, it's really hard to dive this guy. And Irithel just came around, and Irithel just trying to whack everyone. So I can't even go in right now because, you know, nothing I can really do here. Nothing much I can do here. So yeah, we just gotta back out. So anyway, what I was mentioning earlier, Pacquito is just too easy to get your reward of getting, you know, unlimited casts of the ultimate skill or any other skill. There's no cooldown on it. Oh, totally broken. I totally mentioned this before. If they wanted to make him balanced, what they could have just easily done is remove the stack from basic attack. Like, come on, so easy. Using vengeance right here, I'm trying to get out, but I need to stack first. You can see, trying to stack my passive first. If not, that's really the key of Yu Zhong. If you just try and run away, you're just gonna have issues. I try to clear the wave. This guy just came around and killed me. Nothing much to say here, honestly. When you go against this Pacquito, you can't. It doesn't matter what health point he has. As long as it's a shield, he's gonna be able to destroy everyone. You can see Pacquito is really low, but they aren't able to get it. Yeah, this is how ridiculous it is. It's too easy to stack for Pacquito. The whole team gets wiped there. Terrible. So that kind of neutral, kind of just flip everything in the favor. When you go against Pacquito, if you don't have an advantage in terms of go over him, you're just gonna be in trouble. Earlier I had a small advantage, and honestly, that's not even good enough, because if that guy just don't give a shit and stop fighting you, most of the time if Yu Zhong, you're just gonna die, and it doesn't even matter if I land my full skills. He can miss everything, and he can afford to get it back later. It's like come on, seriously. You see, I can stack my passive and all, but look at this guy. Dashing in, that is nothing. Come on, no damage down to him, basically. I know Johnson's driving here, so here's that coming out. I can't really do anything. You can see the damage coming out as well. I'm gonna try to use my ultimate getaway, and fortunately I do, because the Angela actually altered the freaking marksman right now. So yeah, Yu Zhong, as I mentioned, kind of a terrible spot. You can see I'm building conventional build. That's just to prove a point actually, because I could totally build tank, but if you go against Pacquito, unfortunately, it ain't gonna cut it. My personal take on Yu Zhong now: good against tanky heal, not so good against everyone else, and then he'll fare the worst against bruisers, simply because, especially Pacquito, because he's gonna do so much damage. He's gonna be so tanky. You can't chip into him at all. Like, not at all. Because your regen is too slow. Your damage is too slow. Everything else is just too slow. So I waited for Johnson to drive away. Just trying to push my lane here because a lot of stuff fighting. I really don't want this to go late game if possible, but it looks like it's probably going to. Because they do have a marksman, and they are kind of not very far behind actually. Everything's coming around. There's nothing much I can do here. Yeah, it's a 5-man gank. Anyway, fortunately in the process our team does get a turtle, so that's alright. Ling does get the marksman down, which is very nice, and he's scaling on nicely. But as I mentioned as well, because everything is so focused on the late game, in the late game we're just gonna have a tough time, especially if Ling doesn't get the marksman like first. If he gets anyone else, it doesn't matter, we're still gonna die. And chasing after Pacquito is one of those heroes that you just can't do, because he's just gonna like, if a good Pacquito player will just win no matter what. Most busted hero. So Johnson crashed, so we're gonna try to force it out, but you can see so much damage coming in. I need to use my ultimate and try to find a way in, but you can see the damage coming in. I tried to go back, you know. I already got a kill earlier, but I took so much damage from the Irithel right there. So you already know what the hell the issue is, right? Irithel is considered the hyper carry. Irithel has basically no items except for Windtalker and the jungle item, but holy shit, that dealt so much damage, and the scaling is just really off. Personally, I'm not happy about the balance, but I think I've always not been very satisfied. It's just the more you go into it, you realize it really favors late game. So people just brawling out in the early game has no impact whatsoever. In fact, if you ask me right now, there's a reason why, if people wanted to actually do it, they could just send a full like 2 marksman comp, something like that, and then they'll totally just win the whole game, provided you just don't lose early, right? If you just go in front. Link is going all the way in. He unfortunately isn't able to get anything. Marsha does get an Esmeralda though, which is nice, but you can see when Marsha goes against Pacquito, even Marsha has to run away. I'm gonna use my ultimate here. You can see how long it just took to kill the Pacquito, right? If not for my passive stack, that wouldn't even have happened. Unfortunately, Tigreal is gonna be dead here. Johnson has his shield, nothing else is gonna happen. We do get the Lord, which is great. So we're just gonna wait it out now. Try to push the tower. I do get it. I get that. Angela right there. Link's trying to go all in now. he got the Kaja, but you can see the damage coming from the marksman. It's way too hard for us to play now because we don't have a marksman. Obviously in high elo you can get around without it, but you really need so much coordination. It's really not stacked in your favor. The whole game is balanced in a way that you really need a late game range champion. If not, you're just gonna struggle like terribly. Which is also why all these early game champions have been falling off. We used to see Selena around a lot, but basically Selena's lifespan in the game is just like 2 minutes. Anything after that, you're not gonna get much out of it. And that's why early game tanks like Glock or for example, and then you have early game heroes like Yu Zhong himself, just in a tough spot, right? You nerf this guy so much, and then you see the damage coming in. Still, it's fucking stupid. The whole team just went after me. But at least, because of that, we do manage to get 4 people down. And Ling is trying to push the tower in. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, those early game scaling heroes, early game strong heroes are just gonna have a tough time because, you know, it's so favored for the late game scaling champs. But anyway, beyond that, there was a pretty okay fight because the whole team decided to focus on me. So as long as they don't touch the Ling, they're really good, huh? Or they don't touch the Kimmy, you know, our range DPSs or scaling champs. Ling scales really well as well, but I don't think Ling can win anyone. Any of the marksmen when it comes to scaling at the end, even though he's still very strong at scaling. You can see Tigreal comes with a very nice ultimate. Everyone dies, but you can see the amount of damage coming in. That Ling almost got one-shotted there. Immortality procced on the Johnson. So at the moment we're just looking for an opportunity to go in. I have 3 main items. This is the standard build for Yu Zhong. I honestly don't recommend it, but it just kind of sucks now that there isn't really a good thing for Yu Zhong going on. You still need to scale, but you're just gonna be more squishy before, as I mentioned. If you want to build tank, it's totally fine. But in this game, playing against Pacquito, building tank, I'll just lose totally because he's gonna just not take any damage, and myself, I'm not gonna regen as fast because my passive is total trash, and I'm just gonna eventually die a slow, painful death. Right. So they decided to go on me. I tried to push the tower here. I didn't want to try to run away. A little bit of a mistake for me, I guess. I tried to push something on. A lot of people died here. But Ling does get a kill onto the marksman. Kimmy does get it on the Pacquito, which is great. Which means we actually have a chance to end here, but we need to push a few more waves in. Great ultimate by the Tigreal. After all, our team is kind of strong on the push side, but we are okay in the team fight section, and Kimmy just got a kill onto the Kaja. Very nice push, my friend, on the Tigreal, and just gonna push in onto the base, and eventually you win. So, GG, well played. It's kind of a tough game, honestly, because you know, just by the nature of it, without a long range DPS such as a marksman, you're basically on a ticking time bomb, right? Anytime that you're not making it up for it, like, you know, if you don't get kills, if you don't snowball, if you don't scale your own team. In this case, we don't really have anyone to scale except for Ling, who doesn't scale that well also. It's gonna be hard. You can see that the enemy marksman is already under farm compared to us, but it's so difficult for us to do anything because the marksman just does so much damage. It doesn't matter that the marksman is less farm. This is just, honestly, if you ask me, this is just really not balanced in my opinion. And the same reason why I lost to a freaking Pacquito after stacking my full stack on him. That's not supposed to happen. Like, I already got my first thing up in there. The win is supposed to be on my end, and I was 1 level ahead and 300 gold. So yeah, there are definitely changes that we have to be mindful of. You can see that the amount of damage I took is actually one of the highest ones. So actually, which is also supporting my point why Yu Zhong, you need to build tank in this game. I build damage for, simply just to deal with the Pacquito. But in general, it didn't turn out too well. It was okay, but yeah. So as I mentioned, Yu Zhong is definitely not in meta anymore. If you want to play him in a comp against a comp, which is tanky, that don't have a lot of mobility, so you can stack your passive faster and not get beaten down so quickly or kited around. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is John Soul signing off. I'll see you guys next time.